For the 12 teams that compete for what some might believe is the toughest hockey conference in America, the grand prize for survival is the coveted title of Hockey East champion. I'm Joel Idelson, and this is New England Hockey Journal. Coaches at any level in any sport will tell you the same thing. Playing against the best is the best way to get better. For the 12 schools that make up the Hockey East Association, surviving league play is considered a major victory. 2 years in a row, half of the conference is qualified for the 16-team NCAA tournament. That alone is testament to the depth of talent, the attractiveness of schools, and the available edge in the ruthless recruiting game.
It was a real dogfight this year. I mean, our schedule, unfortunately, our Hockey East schedule started later than most other schools, so we were looking up to teams all year, and a lot of teams just weren't losing games. I mean, the top half of our league was just so strong that it was incredibly difficult just to gain ground. I mean, we won our last 8 games, and that gave us a tie for the league, a tie.
It's been a real challenge. It's a terrific league. It's 12 teams deep. It's constantly changing, and it's as challenging for the coaches as it is the players. You know, every team in our league offers a different challenge. You know, you go from different rinks, different size rinks, to mostly different strengths and weaknesses from every opponent. So from that standpoint, I think Hockey East offers so much, the parity second to none, and that's why it's such a challenging league to coach in.
Hockey East, I think, is the best conference in the nation. You know, we every year, you know, the top few teams are, you know, always making the tournament, and you know, top through bottom, there's no easy games. So to be here at the Garden in the semifinals, and it's been a real accomplishment. And we, you know, one thing our class hasn't done is win the Hockey East championship. So for us, we'd love to go out with the Hockey East championship. It would really mean a lot to us.
And obviously the competition, you know, it's playoffs in Hockey East, and it's always really hard. Anyone can beat anyone, and you know, coming to the Garden and playing here against these great teams, it's always a pleasure.
Well, you know, we look at Hockey East, and we often talk about it as, you know, the toughest league in college hockey, and you know, and the numbers, the statistics point to that. You know, if you look over the last 25 years, I think there's been 18 or 19 years where there's been a Hockey East team in the championship game. So from top to bottom, 1 through 12 now, with the recent addition of University of Connecticut, it's a battle every night when you go to play in our league game. So we have 22 conference games, and you got to be prepared. You've got to have great details, habits, and execute well, you know, to win games.
It's been an unbelievable experience, just even from the adjustment period to coming from a junior league back home in Canada to making the jump to Hockey East. It was a big jump, but at the same time, it's been really rewarding. Just, you know, every game is against one of the best teams in the nation. It seems like just everyone in this league, from top to bottom, can beat you at every night. So it's been a learning curve for me, but it's been a great one. It's really helped develop my game, just playing top players every night.
You know, last year we had a number of teams, obviously, that went to the national tournament again, and 2 in the national championship game. You know, this year, we're hoping that we can make it 6 teams from Hockey East that goes to the national tournament. So I think that speaks to the strength of our league, and how difficult it is to win each and every night, and there's tremendous parity in our league, and we're all competing, you know, to get to this spot right here for this weekend, and we're thrilled to, you know, have the opportunity to compete for a Hockey East championship, because although we all want to get to the national tournament, hey, we all want to win Hockey East because of the significance of the league and how hard this league is.
I'm here with Julie Nicoletti from Kinetic Fuel. And Julie, we often talk about the importance of preparing once we are about to hit the ice. But what about recovery?
So your recovery today is really your preparation for tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so in recovery, there are 2 things that are necessary. Protein is needed to help muscle fibers repair, and carbohydrates, something that would come from the fruit, is necessary to replenish glycogen.
All right, so what are some other examples that we can use here if we want to good recovery food?
Good recovery food. So something that's really easy would be a Fuel for Fire pack. This is really cool. It's a reclosable top. It's an applesauce texture. It has 10 grams of protein along with real food, no artificial sugars or preservatives.
But it has protein added to it.
Yes.
Okay. And then I see we've got a shake as well.
Right. So the shake is a great way to add protein. Now, I would love to recommend food in as close to its natural state as possible, as often as possible. However, it's not really practical for a hockey player to come off with, a piece of chicken.
Yeah.
And so this makes it,
do.
yeah. So this makes it a little bit easier, where you would either put your protein powder in the shaker bottle as you're traveling with it, or get it in a single serving packet or just a baggie. You add the powder with water, just shake it and drink it.
So your recovery today is your preparation for tomorrow. I love that.
Exactly.
All right, great. Thanks, Julie.
You're welcome.
HockeyShop.com. The spark that ignites your game. With the tools for faster hands, harder, more accurate shots, and the source for on-ice and off-ice training. From shooting pads and rebounders to training pucks and stick-handling balls, synthetic ice and flooring tiles. HockeyShop.com.
All right, so we're here with Charlie Coyle from the Minnesota Wild and Weymouth as well, right? We can't forget to mention that. Charlie, what are we going to do today? And I want to go over something that these guys can do at home without equipment.
Yeah, I think today we're going to do alternating split squat jumps. It's great exercise at home. You don't have any equipment, have nothing. You can do this, just use your body weight, and another great exercise for explosiveness and working off those one leg at each time, and which is crucial for hockey players.
And as we know, that hockey is a game of explosiveness, so real important.
That's right.
Let's go do it.
Let's do it.
All right, Charlie, so you're gonna do split squat jumps, right?
Yes.
And this is obviously an exercise you can do anywhere, so show us how it's done.
Yeah, so this one's perfect for at home. You don't have any equipment. Choose your body weight, and so I'll do a couple reps right now, and we'll be alternating, so it means doing one leg and then the other right after. So
okay.
Go down like this, jump up, land on the other one, and you wanna focus on
kind of the exploding up.
Right, exploding up and landing soft.
Okay.
So, and then you just repeat the exercise like this.
And you're bringing that knee all the way down.
Yeah, you don't want to touch the ground and bang your knee up, but
yeah.
close. And so you get into that form and focus on that posture. I mean, hockey players, you're always in that position nice and low, so that's what we're trying to focus on as well.
All right, so definitely an exercise you could do at home. Anybody can do that anywhere. If you're in a hotel room, if you're in your family room, doesn't matter. And I could see how important it is to sort of explode out of that exercise.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like you said, don't need any equipment to do it. Do it wherever you want at home. So it's crucial for hockey to work off that one leg and create that explosiveness, and that'll help you in the game.
Charlie Coyle. On this weekend in late March, another story of survival is being told. 4 schools, Boston College, Providence College, UMass Lowell, and Northeastern, escaped the best of 3 quarterfinals. They gather now in TD Garden, home of the NHL's Boston Bruins, to continue the war of attrition. For each team, there is a story. Providence is the defending NCAA national champion. Boston College has been the sport's model of consistency for more than a decade. UMass Lowell has made the Hockey East Championship game 3 years in a row, and Northeastern overcame a horrendous start to their season where they won just 2 of their first 15 games.
Yeah, you feel a lot of pressure. I mean, when you lose a game, it's almost like it's a catastrophe. It's like losing isn't an option the year after you win it. But you don't control that. I think we all felt it a little bit at the beginning, and we kind of approached it. We dealt with it. We talked about it. You just got to make sure you stay in the process.
I think they're excited. They're anxious to play hockey and to play games. All week you practice, but it's just, you know the kids are just anxious to play games. We wish it was a 2 out of 3, but it's a 1 game and done. They've experienced that environment, and they're looking forward to playing.
At the beginning of the season, we map out our goals, and winning a Hockey East is always there. It's a huge trophy, and it's something that every team in Hockey East strives for. It's a big tournament going into the national tournament, to get you ready, and you're playing against some of the top teams in the country. So winning Hockey East has always been one of our big goals.
This being my 4th time, it kind of just seems like, we're supposed to be here. But no, it takes a lot of hard work, and it's an honor. It's Hockey East playoffs. To be able to come here, my 4th year is unbelievable.
Everyone's fired up right now. It's a great experience for all of us, especially the way we started the year, just to be able to get to this point.
I'm here with Sean Kennedy from FMCI Sports. We are in Revere, Mass at the Corona Memorial Rink, where we're going to talk about shooting.
Yep, we're going to go over the fundamentals of shooting, weight transfer, everything like that, so that we can get the puck to a position where we can put more pucks in the net.
Beautiful, let's do it. So Sean, we have no goalie. So as you said, a good way to practice accuracy is hitting posts.
Yeah, so you can hit the 2 posts, left, right, or a crossbar. You grab a buddy, have a quick game, and see who wins.
Hopefully we can hit them.
Yeah, hopefully I win.
All right, Sean, so you mentioned 2 shots, the wrist shot and the snap shot. Why don't we try hitting with the wrist shot first?
Sure. So the fundamentals of the wrist shot, you want to gather the puck, bring it back behind your back foot, and roll all the way through.
Let's try
In the meantime, you want to go ahead and pick a post and fire right at it.
Oh, you got one. That's 4.
Oh my.
All right, Sean, looks like guys like us get a little lucky now and then, huh?
Every now and then. Helps when there's no goalie in there.
I love that snapshot. That definitely is an effective shot.
Yeah, it'll catch a few goalies by surprise. Maybe they anticipate a wrist shot and you throw that in there.
Very good, thanks, man.
No problem.
HockeyShot.com. The spark that ignites your game. With the tools for faster hands, harder, more accurate shots, and the source for on-ice and off-ice training. From shooting pads and rebounders to training pucks and stick-handling balls, synthetic ice and flooring tiles. HockeyShot.com.
I'm here with Whack at Monkey Sports Superstore in Norwood, Massachusetts, and today we are going to talk about the science behind skate sharpening, and I think most people don't even realize there is a science behind skate sharpening.
Don't have a clue. You'd be surprised.
So most people just drop their skates off, they walk away and they go do something else.
Yes.
But it's not that simple.
No, the magic happens when you leave. and you're not allowed to come back here. So you should leave. But there's a lot going on. Most people have played their whole lives, and they've never been asked how they want their skates done.
Yeah, most people don't ask me.
They don't even know. And you know, more often than not, I mean, the industry standard across the board is what we call a half-inch hollow. So if you've never really been asked what you're getting, or what you're gonna receive back, I should say, is more or less your skates coming back being cut at half.
Okay, so when you talk about half-inch hollow, that's the hollow
what
within
we're boring
the blade.
out of the center of the blade.
All right,
yes.
and why is that important?
It's vital because it can change the relationship with the correlation between, obviously, where the rubber meets the road. So depending on what type of player you are, the hardness of the ice, the temperature in the room, all that stuff placates into this, Joe. So it's very important. You can't just assume that everyone needs the same hollow. It doesn't work that way. So.
Does the hollow vary based on position as well?
It can. I mean, if we're talking about goal, like I'm a goaltender, so that whole science has totally changed. Back in the day, you didn't want to go down, so you were almost yelled at if you were going. And now it's like you need nothing but edge bite because it's a lateral game now. So we're going from an old school skate hollow for a goalie, which used to be 7/8, to something that might be 3/8. You could that's pretty sharp stuff.
Okay, so hollow plays into mobility,
control,
articulation,
all that stuff.
And the more you skate, the more you realize what's comfortable.
Sure.
But you don't know if you don't ask, and if you're not asked. So it can affect your game and literally affect your life.
It can change your hockey life for the better if we can achieve the results that you're after without even knowing it. And really, that comes from in-depth conversations and a lot of experimentation. It's one of the purest. It's a beautiful aspect to be able to make a quick little change and see an immediate result.
Well, if you want to change your life for the better, that's the guy to go see.
Change your life.
The semifinals didn't disappoint. In the first game of the evening, UMass Lowell and Providence went to triple overtime before the Riverhawks punched their ticket to the championship. In the second game, Northeastern overcame an early goal from Boston College and held on for a 5-3 victory. The Huskies, eager to prove they belong among the conference elite, face off against the Riverhawks, playing in their fourth consecutive Hockey East Tournament championship game.
When you play a team like Lowell, you have to have a patient approach to the game because they're involved in a lot of tight, close checking games. You saw their game last night of 6 periods almost and 2-1 game. So, playing last night a close checking game will help us. Even though the score got to 5-4, we still did a lot of good things defensively. Will help us tonight in our approach to Lowell. You have to be patient against this club, and things might not come the first period, second period. You just got to stick to your game plan, and then hope that your good habits and details will overcome, and you get that 1 or 2 goals you're going to need to score to win. For our program, we haven't been in this spot since 1988, and we're a team that has a lot of tradition at Northeastern for hockey, but we haven't been able to get to that pinnacle, and this would provide that opportunity to winning a Hockey East championship, and it is the toughest league in the country, and we're a little bit biased for that, but if you look at the stats and numbers point to that, and to be able to win it for our players, for our school, our program, would just be incredible and would give us another window of opportunity of excellence into Northeastern.
Northeastern set the tone early, scoring just a minute 12 into the game.
Their second line out of the ice, still secure, centering for McMurtry, put it across and they score! Off early. Back behind, colliding with a couple bodies. Brennan Collier tracks the play into the corner, falling down with Sam Kirker. Earl's on the way with the puck. Yeah, Rodella back behind. To the point in 40, plays D to D, a shot wide by Panico. Second opportunity, goal line, and they score! Tie game with John Edwards. Around the boards, Benning settles. Played across for John Stevens, manning the point. Wrist or deflection, whacked at in midair, and it's pumped in! Will it count?
teams battled back and forth with the score tied at 2 for much of the second half of the game. Northeastern netted the eventual game winner 11:03 into the third period, securing its first title of any kind since 1988.
Stevens on the draw. Huskies win it back. Here's a last shot, and it won't go through. 1988 in the history books. It's 2016 and a Hockey East championship for the Northeastern Huskies.
It's another window of excellence to Northeastern in our hockey program. It's been a long time coming. These young men worked hard. They battled for the last 3 months with our backs towards the wall, and they deserve everything that they got here tonight because they stuck with the process when no one believed them, and to see them rewarded, that's the greatest gratification from a coach, from a coaching staff, because they put the time and effort in. So it's just a tremendous emotional feeling right now. I was here, not in this building, but the old building in '82 with an ECAC championship, and in '88 when we won our first Hockey East championship, I was an assistant coach and fortunate enough to be on this ice again. And I think I've chosen the right players to coach, and I've chosen the right teammates, because it's certainly not me. I've been fortunate to be a part of some real good history of Northeastern hockey.
Honestly, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, everything that we went through this season, like starting the way we did, nobody gave us a chance to be here right now, but the guys in this locker room, we knew that we could get here, and it was just, I owe everybody on this team credit, and we turned this around and made this happen.